continues to be a problem here in San Diego, in America's finest city. Homeless youth are invisible. Although we don't often see the youth, there are estimated 2,000 youth that are on the streets every night. But one underlying issue that we see in all of them is that they've had some kind of trauma in their life.
They've been abandoned, they've been rejected. There's just a lot of turmoil in their world.
At San Diego Youth Services, we accept all these youth, take them where they're at, and help them repair their lives.
Breaking Cycles is a probation program that we work with adolescents ranging in ages from 12 to 18. And we see every ethnicity working with the highest risk, highest need kids, adolescents in San Diego County.
It's about changing their lives. It's about seeing these kids start to learn how to believe in themselves. You know, that they can change, that the opportunity is there for them. To help them get through their fears that lead them into using drugs. Because this drug and alcohol is taking over all the communities.
We definitely know that there's a high correlation of youth using drugs and or alcohol and then making really poor decisions that could really impact their lives for the rest of their lives.
They have to trust you. They have to be able to know that you're going to be there for them. We have staff that are passionate about what they do, work well within that probation setting, but are actually there for those kids and those families to meet with.
For us, we need understanding. We don't judge any of our kids, male, female. None of our staff judges these kids, and we're always honest with them, and I think that's the most important thing.
I think it's so important to have, community support around a program like teen pregnancy prevention or some of the other prevention services that we have at San Diego Youth Services, because it really provides the opportunity to, a lot of times, end a cycle or prevent a cycle from starting.
When dealing with at-risk youth in our community, we have two choices. You can invest in these young people now and help them become productive citizens in our community, or we can choose not to pay. We can choose not to invest in them. If we don't invest in them now, they're at the most risk for ending up on the streets, for ending up in our hospitals, for ending up in our prisons. It will cost us money and lives in the future.
If you can make a difference in their life between those ages, your hope is that they don't go into those adult systems, whether it's prison, whether it's adult treatment. I've always seen adolescence as being very important.
How can someone endure? How can somebody pull themselves out and somehow something deep inside of them told them to keep going, and then you see them accomplish these things, and it's just, you just want to stand up and cheer.
The mission of San Diego Youth Services, what has really interested in us in being partnered is seeing the progress and the achievements that the youth make through the counseling services, through the mentoring programs, and just seeing how they are able to finish high school and also be able to work on their careers, go to college, just having the support for themselves and their family members.
What I'd like to see for the future for SDYS is more transitional housing programs. So if we could provide more housing to those ones in need in that 18 to 24 range to get them better prepared for the workforce, I think it will go a long way and help keep more kids off the streets.
When I first came to San Diego Youth Services, I was excited about the apartment. My daughter, when we finally had got everything here, now that I pick her up from school, she actually said, "Are we going home?" And I said, yes. She loves it. She feels like this is home.
And I think that's one thing we really like about San Diego Youth Services, is you really are trying to get people to the point where they can live this independent life, where they can break away and to go on and to do great things in their own lives.
Just the smallest things can make a person's life so much better and make them so much happier. It creates a really good feeling as a volunteer to see the immediate benefits that you're getting in human beings that you actually know. And I think a lot of people share that value, and that's why supporting SDYS is so important, because we have a group of people at SDYS who make this their life's work.
I want to encourage you, I want to challenge you, I want to invite you to come in, take a look at us, see the work we're doing, and more importantly, see the lives that we are changing and the difference you can make as part of that team.
San Diego Youth Services provides intensive programs to help at-risk youth and their families become self-sufficient and reach their highest potential. This is the mission and the success of San Diego Youth Services. Empowering youth, strengthening families, creating healthy alternatives, recognizing and valuing diversity, establishing collaborative partnerships. San Diego Youth Services, building futures for at-risk youth.